double E, double R, double R.
Spiders, pigs, rats. Who likes them? Well, I think that pigs are pretty cool. And mice are cute, but do you really want them in your home? They're dirty, right? Spiders are creepy. Pigs are dirty, take up space, and are gluttons. But are these things really true? Charlotte's Web is a children's book and film that takes a deep dive into what it means to be valuable. One of the purposes for this film is to build sensitivity towards and interest for these creatures. Charlotte the spider, Wilbur the pig, Templeton the rat. Spiders, pigs, rats, the rejects of the animal kingdom. Oh, it isn't that animals reject each other, but we humans tend to reject certain animals based on what we're told. Furry, creepy spiders, rats eat trash, spider bites, pigs just take up space, spider webs, they're repulsive. But guys, we're gonna start this analysis off by analyzing Charlotte. Charlotte was the brains of the operation. It was clear to some that she was until others convinced her that she was not. In this case, Zuckerman convinced everyone that the pig was the remarkable one.
Pig.
You don't suppose that spider...
Edith, we have received a sign. We have a very unusual pig.
Seems to me you're a little off. Seems to me we have no ordinary spider.
No, it's just a common gray spider. See? It's sitting right there.
It's a miracle.
We must share this with our friends.
So everyone, women and men alike, began thinking that Wilbur was the terrific one. I wrote down 3 reasons why I feel that Charlotte was the brains. She was smart enough to collaborate. She understands that great ideas are reached when people put their heads together. She collaborated to gain ideas from others, and then, when needing new ideas, told Templeton to find a magazine clipping.
It says crunchy.
She can delegate.
I think you'd better come too, Templeton. I might need somebody to run errands and do general work.
Lastly, she has the ability to influence everyone's thinking.
I plan to save your life by playing a trick on Zuckerman. People are very gullible. They'll believe anything they see in print.
This film goes to show that if you really know your stuff, you can really blow someone up. You make people famous. Sometimes fame has nothing to do with the person himself, but what you have caused others to believe about the person. And she coached him a bit on what to do. And in keeping with her ability to influence people's thinking, she can slide encouragement into people's hearts. She told Wilbur to chin up, then he was able to lift the chins of the goose and sheep.
Wilt, chin up, give your attitude an upward tilt, twinkle, sparkle.
Y'all, there is a saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We've all heard that. Charlotte thinks she looks nice.
I think you're beautiful.
Well, I am pretty. Almost all spiders are nice looking. I'm not as flashy as some, but I'll do.
We may not like or understand a creature or the way it looks, but the Lord understands. So y'all, Charlotte is wise. She does say that spiders are very useful creatures.
Spiders are really very useful creatures.
But where did she get her wisdom? Where does she get her wit? Is it innate that the Father gave it to her? There's a scene when she says, "Nobody feeds me. I live by my wits."
Nobody feeds me. I live by my wits.
No one on that farm feeds her in any way. No one pours into her in any way. No one pours anything into her. She lives by her wits and influences by her wits. But this is intelligent design. There are some things some creatures just know how to do because the Lord put it in them. Guys, Charlotte calls the egg sac her great work.
It's my egg sac, my magnum opus. That's Latin. It means great work. This egg sac is my great work, the finest thing I have ever made.
What she did for Wilbur wasn't her great work, but multiplying herself was. Leaving pieces of herself, leaving the generations. The generations would last even though the tangible webs, and the crowds and the people would not. But even though she considered the egg sac her great work, she still considered what she did for Wilbur to have special meaning as well.
A spider's life can't help being something of a mess with all this trapping and eating flies. By helping you, perhaps I was trying to lift up my own life a trifle.
She wanted her life to have meaning and be more than just trapping and eating flies.
Your success today was, to a small degree, my success.
Her very last lines were of her singing, "How very special are we for just a moment to be part of life's eternal rhyme."
How very special are we for just a moment to be part of life's eternal rhyme. How very special are we to have on our family tree Mother Earth and Father Time.
She sings that multiple times throughout the film, but this last time she was singing to herself. She knew that she had been a very special part of the world during her time here.
It's not often that someone comes along who is a true friend and a good writer. Charlotte was both.
Charlotte helped to write Wilbur's story. She helped make it good. Guys, let's talk about Wilbur a little bit. People have been trying to kill Wilbur since he was a baby, since the beginning. People have always been after his life. He was the runt, the smallest, and the weakest, but he had experiences that made him stronger mentally and emotionally than most pigs. The ram told Wilbur to struggle when he was being placed in the crate because pigs always struggle. But that wasn't Wilbur's character. Instead, it was something he was taught, and it was quite unnecessary.
They open the crate to put you in. Struggle. Pigs always resist when they're being loaded. If you were to walk into the crate without resisting, Zuckerman would think there's something wrong with you.
Continuing to share the things I noticed about Wilbur, he passed out at least twice.
Charlotte, look at Wilbur.
He used to pass out, but eventually he became mentally strong enough not to.
Wilbur, I forbid you to faint.
As the word says, don't faint. Also, y'all, the ram kept telling Wilbur to quiet down.
I can talk, talk.
When Wilbur learned that he had a voice and could speak, the ram told him that he was making nothing but a beautiful noise. The ram didn't see any reason for Wilbur to speak or to enjoy life since he felt that Wilbur was destined to be led to the slaughter.
Everybody watch!
Next, y'all, Wilbur is trying to make himself valuable by showing that he can spin a web, but he's already valuable. People just have to hear that they're valuable. Faith comes by hearing over and over again sometimes. Wilbur is not a glutton. Pigs are not gluttons. Wilbur is ordinary, but I think that in the ordinary, in being just who we are terrific and humble and radiant. And there will always be those who find you radiant, even if you are ordinary, whatever ordinary really means. Guys, in the end, there was a band all ready to escort Wilbur to the grandstands.
I've been instructed to escort you and your famous pig to the grandstand.
God wasn't done using people and making a way for Wilbur. At the beginning, Charlotte had to tell him, jump about, be radiant, be energetic. But by the end of the film, he was able to do that himself. That joy had grown within him. There was now real joy within him. He was encouraged, and he knew that there would always be someone in his life. Y'all, when it comes to Templeton, I don't have much to say about him except what was his plan with the egg? Why did he get the goose's egg? He covered it in dirt. I don't know what his plan was with it. What do mice do with eggs?
I know what I'm doing. I handle stuff like this all the time.
Y'all, let's talk about Zuckerman. I really think he had pride. He was willing to believe that a pig was terrific, but a spider, not so much.
No, it's just a common gray spider.
And I think his pride allowed him to believe that because the pig belonged to him. The pig was his, so it's okay for the pig to be terrific, But Zuckerman didn't own the spider, so let's just shrug off the spider, because since I don't own the spider, there's no way for me to feel pride about a spider being terrific. This is just how I feel about Zuckerman, guys. I feel like he was prideful. Zuckerman was still going to kill Wilbur until he received the $25 in honor for having Wilbur.
Special prize of $25 to Mr. Zuckerman.
And guys, $25 was actually around the amount that Wilbur would have sold for in 1952, which is the time frame that this book is set in. Zuckerman kept his sheep because they provided him with quality wool.
Sheep, for instance, are highly regarded by Zuckerman because we furnish him with good quality wool.
But he had to see the value in having Wilbur. I don't think he ever loved Wilbur, but Wilbur brought Zuckerman some attention. Again, he had pride.
Zuckerman, 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 Zuckerman! Zuckerman's famous pig! Zuckerman's pig!
So as we hear from the last line of this song, he's not just Wilbur, he's Zuckerman's pig, Zuckerman's famous pig. And the last line says Zuckerman's pig. So Zuckerman got $25 and he got to keep his pig. Wilbur walked away with the medal, which I'm not sure what a pig is going to do with the medal. But he also walked away with his life, which matters. Could we say, guys, that in the end, Wilbur only remained alive because of the prestige he was bringing to Zuckerman? Guys, to finish this up, I will note a few things. One, I really like a line in Fern's song that says, "There must be something more to you and me. It must be tangled up somehow with destiny."
There must be something more to us than you and me. It must be tangled up somehow with destiny.
I really feel that purpose brings people and keeps people together. Charlotte had a purpose, a destiny, you may call it, for why she was in Wilbur's life. Fern as well. Templeton as well. I would say Zuckerman as well, because even though I feel like he kept Wilbur alive just from his pride, just due to his pride, he still kept Wilbur alive. God can use anyone and anything. But on that same note, y'all, you need different people during the different stages of your life. Wilbur needed all of these people. He could not save himself. He couldn't keep himself alive. None of us can save ourselves. He needed Fern. He needed Charlotte. He needed Zuckerman's final say. And still, guys, on that same note as well, okay, of Fern singing that, you know, we must have been brought together due to destiny and needing different people during different stages of your life. I like one of the final lines in the film that says that they're dealing with supernatural forces.
We are dealing with supernatural forces here.
That force is love. Guys, at the end of the film, again, towards the end, the narrator says that everywhere there were signs of life renewing itself as the seasons changed.
Everywhere there were signs of life renewing itself.
The writers appreciated all life, from the sheep to the mice, and the narrator wants us to appreciate all life as well, and just how the seasons change and what it means for all of us, for the whole world. All right, y'all. Charlotte's many children, one of them said, "We're going out into the world to make webs for ourselves," in their cute, shrilly voices.
We're going out into the world to make webs for ourselves.
By webs, do they mean that they're going to intertwine their lives with the lives of others in some meaningful way? That has to be what it means, guys, because it all goes back to Charlotte's song. The line in the song that says, "How very special are we for just a moment to be part of life's eternal rhyme." But guys, a few more things I really like about this film. I really like that it teaches vocabulary. It is heavy on the vocabulary, and it also talks about the seasons of life changing and death and grief. Wilbur probably felt every emotion a person could feel. And guys, we know that the last line of the film is regarding Charlotte. Wilbur lived to an old age because Charlotte helped to preserve him. Charlotte spun her way into Wilbur's life forever. Love you guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please leave a comment of what you think of my video. I know the quality of my videos are improving. Jesus is helping me. But guys, love y'all. And I hope y'all enjoyed this. And God bless. And speak with y'all soon.
How very special are we for just a moment to be part of life's eternal run. How very special are we to have on our family tree Mother Earth and Father